Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining me for a foam roller class. Hopefully you have this nearby. You need a longer foam roller because we're going to be laying across the top of it from our head to our bottom. So we're just going to start with a little stretch with it, and we're going to be doing traditional Pilates exercises, using the foam roller to make them more challenging, and then also just using the foam roller as it was intended to roll out some sore or tight muscles and connective tissue. So hold it between your hands to start at standing up. My feet are slightly wider than my hips and parallel, so my toes and my heels are in line. Put a little bit of pressure on the end so you're starting to engage your back muscles. Pull your belly in and up, lift your rib cage away from your hips, and your shoulders stay down. And just take a deep breath in, bring your arms up, and you're going to pull your elbows wide, bring it behind your head. Try to bring it far enough back so that you don't have to dip your head forward. And then press up and bring it back down. Inhale as you lift. Pull your elbows wide. Press up and lower down. Now deep breath in as you lift up. We're going to hold it and you're going to curl up and over to the right. Press your left heel down. You're pressing on the ends of the foam roller. You're lifting through the rib cage. Side body muscles pull you back up and over to the left. Press your right heel down. And then pull yourself up. One more on each side. Side body lifts you up. Lift through the rib cage, then curl like you're curling over a barrel. And pull yourself up. Now this time we're going to go to the side, hold it, twist, face the floor, lengthen, sweep down, around. You face the floor, you come all the way back up. Now to the left side. Curl, reach and lengthen, sweep down, around, and lift. To the right. And lift. Ribs are together. Try not to arch your back. Let's do one more on each side. Lengthening your spine. Belly is lifted up towards your spine. Last one to the left. Twist, lengthen all the way down and up. And just put this aside for a second. Turn your toes out a little bit so you're in a wide second position stance. And take a deep breath in. As you exhale, you're going to hinge forward with a flat back. Shoulders stay down. You're reaching through the fingertips. And you come into a forward fold. And you can just tent your fingertips onto the mat. Your head is heavy. You can also hold your elbows with your hands. But just hold the stretch for a minute, lifting your belly up towards your spine. Knees are soft. You don't want to lock them out and hyperextend them. And then if it feels good, add a little bit of side-to-side movement. Taking deep breaths in and out. The whole time, pulling your belly button in towards your spine, pulling your shoulders away from your ears. Come back to center. As you inhale, lift halfway up, hands to the knees, lengthen here. Neck is in line with the rest of your spine, so you're looking past your feet, maybe towards the end of your mat. Exhale, forward fold, side to side one more time. Maybe you make your swings a little bit bigger. Maybe you make a half circle with your arms or a figure 8, whatever feels good. Come back to center, press your heels down, restack one bone at a time. We're going to come down one more time, but come into a plank. So you're going to heel toe your feet in, so they're right under your hips. So I'm going to come sideways, and you're going to take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, you're going to dive forward, like you're diving over a barrel. And when your hands come to the mat, walk out to a plank. And you're just going to hold it here, nice strong plank. Wrap your triceps, lift your belly, slight tuck to your pelvis. Press into your heels. And just for a little stretch, rock forward and back here. Stretching out the ankles and the calves. And then inhale, exhale, using your core, lifting up into your down dog. Pressing equally into your hands and your feet. You're lifting your sitting bones up towards the sky. Inhale, come up high onto your toes. Exhale, press your heels down. Inhale, come up high, rolling through the spine like a wave. Come back into your plank. Rock forward and back again. Trying not to let your weight sink into your shoulders and your wrists. Inhale, exhale, using your core to come into your down dog. Here, walk it out. Add any movement that feels good. Maybe you want to move side to side, stretching out those hip flexors a little bit, or just pedaling it out, or just continuing to come up and down. As you press your heels down, you're lifting your sitting bones up. And one more time, come up high onto your toes, round through the spine. You're going to hold it here. Just hold your plank for a few breaths. Really focus on your form, lift out of your shoulders, pressing into those heels. And then coming down one knee at a time, toes together, knees apart, sit back into your child pose. Bringing your chest towards your thighs, forehead to the mat, relaxing your head, reaching with your fingertips, but try to keep your shoulders away from your ears. And then inhale. As you exhale, you're going to round through the spine, come up onto your hands and knees. Hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Let's do a few cat-cow stretches here. Inhale, head and tailbone come up. You're lifting your chest. And then as you exhale, initiating from the core, drop your head, tuck your tailbone. All your weight lifts up towards the ceiling. Feel the weight coming out of your wrists. Inhale, head and tailbone come up. And exhale, rounding through the spine. And then one more time. Shoulders stay down. Exhale, rounding through the spine, really lifting your back up towards the ceiling. Coming back to neutral. Curl your toes under. Really engage that core and use your core to pick your knees up so your knees are just hovering above the mat. So just continuing to warm up those core muscles. Taking a few breaths here. And then inhale, exhale, lowering those knees down. We're going to take the foam roller here. We're going to do a version of cat-cow with the foam roller. So the goal is to have your knees and your hips in line the whole time. So bring your knees forward enough so that you can find that alignment, and you're going to use your core to keep them there. So your hands are on the foam roller. We're going to start with cow. So you're going to drop your head, tuck your tailbone. You start to roll the foam roller out so your wrists and then your forearms come on. Your head and tailbone come up like cat. Deep breath in. Try not to let your weight sink down. Inhale, exhale, tuck your tailbone. Drop your chin, push your hips forward. You roll back up, not all the way. Hands are still on. You dive down and forward. You roll out, head and tailbone come up. Now, if you felt your hips going back the first time, really focus on pushing your thighs forward, tucking your tailbone, restacking from the belly button up. One more time. Inhale, exhale, starting to roll out. Drop your chin, tuck your tailbone. Then you transition to head and tailbone come up. Inhale, exhale, tuck your tailbone, push your hips forward. Pull yourself up all the way. This time, restack till you're kneeling. Now we're going to take that foam roller and we're going to put it by our feet. We're still going to be in that table or quadruped position. Now I have the foam roller above my ankles. Hands are right under my shoulders. You can cup your fingertips if you'd like, just to press into the mat. Belly is lifted. Inhale, exhale, pull your knees up so you're hovering again. Now this time, you're not going to let your arms and shoulders move. You push it away, you pull it in. Push it out, pull it in. Push it out, pull it in. And you're using your core to make sure that your hips are stable and they're not dropping down. Trying not to let your weight sink down. Hold it here. Can you drop your chin, tuck your tailbone? Do the same thing. So we're not neutral anymore. We have that little rounded spine. It's hard to tell with this top, but I have a little bit of a rounded spine. Hold it, come back to neutral, knees come down. Move the foam roller out, sit back into child pose. This time, roll your wrists around, take out any tension you might have built up in your wrist. Good, so we're gonna come back up. You're gonna take your foam roller, you're gonna place it down in the middle of the mat, and you're gonna sit down with your bottom here, lay back till your head is here, supported by the foam roller. So have a seat. You just wanna check that your feet, knees, and hips are in line, and scoot your bottom towards the end, and just lay back. Make any adjustments you need to make, maybe scoot farther down. If your foam roller kind of rolled to a diagonal, maybe you want to straighten it out a little bit. So just find that spot where you feel connected. So just laying back here on the foam roller, press into your feet. Big toe, little toe, heel. They're like tripods. So keep the weight even on the tripod. Maybe just check that your knees and hips are in line. So feet, knees, and hips in line, legs aren't moving right now. You're pulling in with your core. If you feel your upper back lifting up, bring your ribs back together. And then as you start taking deep breaths in and out through the nose, maybe add a little arm movement so you get a little stretch across the shoulders. And in that shoulder joint, so sweep your arms up, palms down, sweep them forward. Inhale. Exhale, palms down, just gently sweep them forward. And then if you want a little bit more, maybe you make circles with your arms. Circling up and around, sweep them forward, up and around, ribs stay together, sweep them forward, and then reverse it. Imagine you're pushing through water. So just in this little warm-up, creating tension and resistance within your own body. And then inhale. Push down. One more time, inhale, and press down. From here, we're gonna go into some toe dips. So now you wanna cup your fingertips, like your palms are up off the mat, it's just your fingertips on, and you're gonna bring your legs to chair one at a time. Just like a traditional mat class, you wanna make sure your knees and hips are in line. So you don't wanna be back here. You want them forward. We're gonna start the single leg toe dips. You might not go as low as you do on the mat. You're already working hard just to stabilize. Maybe it's enough just to stay here balanced. If you're ready, inhale, lower that right leg, exhale, lift up. Imagine your leg is in a cast. The whole leg hinges forward from the hip. You're not dropping the heel. What you don't wanna do is bring your heel down and lift it back up. So the whole leg comes down. You keep that 90-degree angle between the thigh and the calf. And then inhale, exhale, lift, inhale, lower. As you lower, you feel your core working. Don't let your belly pop up. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift. Let's do two more on each side. Just fingertips lightly on the mat, so you're using your core to stabilize, not pushing with your hands. Last one. Hold it here, just pull your knees in for a second. Don't let go with your hands and grab them or you might roll off. So bring your legs back to chair. Now either continue with single or try double toe dip. Inhale, lower, exhale, pull back up. As you lower, you might feel your low back starting to lift. That's when you stop. You don't want to create tension in your low back and hurt yourself. And lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Two more. And then last one. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift, and you hold it here. Bring your feet down one at a time. Plant them down onto the mat. Now we're going to go into the 100. So you get to keep your feet down. You might have been thinking, how the hell are we going to do that? Well, we'll keep our feet down, but that allows us to really work on the curl, our C curve, using those deep abdominals to lift your chest up, reaching with your arms like you're trying to touch the wall, but you're pulling your arms back into the shoulder socket so you get this opposition. So plant your feet down, glue the tailbone down, Inhale, exhale, find your C curve. You're in your chest lift. I'm looking past my knees. Pull your belly and maybe come up a little bit more. And then like you're bouncing big balls. Inhale and exhale. 3, 4, 5. Inhale. Exhale. 3, 4, 5. Inhale. Exhale. 3, 4, 5. Inhale. Exhale. 3, 4, 5. Halfway there. Exhale. 3, 4, 5. Keep going. Nice job. Exhale. 3, 4, 5. Curl a little higher. Exhale. 3, 4, 5. Inhale. Exhale. 3, 4, 5. 2 more steps. Exhale. 3, 4, 5. Last set. Exhale. 3, 4, 5. Lower down. Let your shoulders just relax for a second. Maybe roll back and forward a little bit. And we're going to go into some leg circles here. So we're going to keep our left foot with the knee bent planted down and bring your right leg straight up. Now you can press your forearms into the mat, or you can bring your arms wide, cup your fingertips, whatever you need to do to help stabilize. You're not going to let your left leg move at all. Your right leg is reaching towards the ceiling as straight as you can make it. It doesn't have to be completely straight. Flex your foot, lower to the point you feel a challenge to your core with your low back staying still in that neutral position. Point your toes, lift back up. Flex down, point, lift. Flex down, point, lift. 2 more. Keep breathing. 1 more. Point, lift, hold it here. Flex your foot. Now try to drop it to the right without moving on top of the foam roller. Use your core pull in really tight. Inhale, exhale, lift up. Inhale, pull in with your core to stabilize. Exhale, lift. 2 more. Try not to let the left leg move. 1 more. Hold it here, point your toes, rotate your knee to the right, and you're going to circle to the left, come around and lift. Down, around, lift. Down, around, lift. You can also lengthen that left leg out if you want to try to make it a little bit more challenging. It's up to you. Hold it, and you're going to reverse your circles. Only make it as big as you can keep your body in control. You don't want to be rolling side to side. 2 more. And then last one. Lift and hold. Plant that foot down. Okay, so we're going to go to the other side. If you feel your low back lifting, adjust. You're almost tucking your tailbone to make sure your low back is not lifting up. Pulling your belly in and up, lifting your pelvic floor. Bring that left leg straight up. Flex that foot. Pressing your foot up, pressing your hip down, you feel a nice stretch, and you feel that length in your left leg. So hold on to that now as you lower straight ahead. Hover, point, lift. Flex, lower, point, lift. Inhale, point, lift as you exhale. 2 more. Last one. Try to relax your shoulders. Hold it here. Flex your foot. You're going to drop it to the left and pull back up. So immediately I can tell, and I already know this, my left side is weaker. So I'm moving around a little bit more as I'm working my left leg. So pull in with your core. Maybe your range of motion is a little bit shorter. We all have differences on each side of our body, so that's okay. Hold it here. Stabilize, point your toes, rotate your knee to the right, to the left. Now circle your legs to the right, cross over, lift. Down, around, lift. Down, around, lift. Maybe you straighten this leg out if you want to make it a little bit more challenging, if you want to make your circle a little bit bigger. Hold it, reverse that circle. Inhale, exhale, lifting up. Try not to roll side to side as you do this. Pull that belly in, keep your low back on the mat. Lift and hold, lengthen. Place that left foot down. Good, so we're going to do 1 more here. We're going to keep our left foot down on the mat, and you're going to bring that right leg straight up. Flex that foot. So my right hand, or I'm cupping with my fingertips, is on the mat. I'm going to bring my left arm straight out towards the side, palm towards the ceiling. Using my core, inhale, exhale, I'm going to lift up and try to touch my ankle and roll, coming back down with control. Inhale, sweeping my arm, lift, and coming back down. So as you go, you're trying not to let either leg move around side to side. And lift. It's coming from those deep abdominals between your belly button and your pubic bone. The transverse abdominals. We're going to lift up and hold it here. Make sure everything's in line, and then pulse up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more. Keep breathing. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Place that foot down, bring your left arm down. Recenter, resettle, make sure your low back is starting to lift. So find that neutral spine. Right foot is planted down. You're going to bring that left leg up. Flex that foot, stabilize with your left arm. Right arm comes out to the side, palm towards the ceiling. Inhale and exhale, lift up. You're trying to reach your ankle, but not with your arm. It's because you're flexing up that your arm lifts up higher. Inhale, exhale, lift, and lower. And lift, and lower. With control. Don't just flop back down. We're going to lift and hold it here. Really stabilize. Pull your belly in. Pulse up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10 more. 2, 3. Pull that belly in deeper. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Come all the way down. Plant that left foot down. Feet, knees, and hips in line. Bring your hands behind your head. You can put one hand on top of the other like this, or you can just have your fingertips touching. You're supporting your head, your elbows are down, your elbows are wide, and your shoulders are pulled down. Inhale. As you exhale, you're going to come up into your C curve. You're curling up, and you lower down, and you curl up, and you lower. So imagine as you press your belly button down, that causes your chest to lift, almost like a seesaw. So activate from those deep abdominals, lifting the pelvic floor, pulling the belly in. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Let's do 5 more. And 4. As you come down, keep your ribs together. Try not to pop them up. 2 more. Last one. We're going to lift and hold it here. Reach your arms forward. Pulse up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Pull that belly in. 9, 10 more. Keep breathing. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All the way down. We're going to come off the foam roller. So just roll to the side. And we're just going to push it to the side for a second. Feel free to grab some water. So just put it in a spot where it can be nearby, but you're not going to let it roll away. Your knees are bent. You're sitting up tall. Press into your thighs, lift your chest. Tuck your tailbone a little bit, roll down. Use your core to pull yourself up, not your arms. Lift up. Flex your arms out to the side, shoulders down. Inhale. Exhale, rolling back. Weight goes behind the tailbone. Use your core, pull yourself up. Now try the same thing with your arms reaching. You roll back and you roll up. If this feels too much for your low back, keep your hands behind your thighs. Lift up off your sitting bones. Lift your ribs, shoulders down. Inhale. Exhale, rolling back. Pull yourself up. This time we're going to roll back. Hold it here. Just like on the foam roller, we're going to pulse up. You come up an inch, down an inch. 4, 5. The weight is behind the tailbone. Feel free to come all the way down at any time. 4, 3, 2, 1. All the way up. One more time. Hands behind the thigh. Lift your chest. Come up tall. Keep that length. Release. You're going to tuck your tailbone a tiny bit. You're making your C curve. You resist as you come down, one bone at a time. Coming all the way down, pull your knees into your chest. Rock side to side. Release any tension in your back. It's a nice massage for your spine and the pelvis. And then we're going to go into the ab series 5. So we're going to start with our legs in a chair position. The two hands come on your right knee, and you're going to use your core to lift your chest up. So you're coming into your C curve. If your neck starts to bother you at any time, feel free to put your head down, take a rest. When you're ready, you come back up by engaging your core. So for now, inhale, exhale, chest lift. You're going to pull the right knee in, extend the left leg out, flex your arm. See if you can pull yourself up a little higher with your core. Reach your leg a little bit longer. And then use your core to switch, then grab your leg, extend that opposite leg. So now the right leg is reaching. And then you switch, and you switch. We're going to pick up the pace. Pull in, pull in. As much as you're pulling in, you're reaching out. You can also have your arms at your side, so it's all core. You can flex your feet so that you feel a stretch at the back of the legs. And 4, 3, keep pulling that belly in, don't let it drop. 2, 1, pull both knees in, pull yourself up a little bit higher, flex your arms, drop that belly button. As you inhale, make a V, arms extend and come by your ears. Exhale, you pull in. Inhale, lift, try not to let your chest drop. Exhale, pull in. Inhale, drop your belly button and reach. Exhale, pull in. 2 more. Last one. And in. Right leg goes up, left leg comes out. Hands are behind your thigh, behind your calf, wherever you can be, holding yourself with control. So elbows are wide, shoulders down. Just feel this stretch. Then you release, you switch, then grab your leg. Feel that stretch. Pull your belly in. Maybe come up a little bit higher. And stretch. Pull in with your core and stretch. Then pick up the pace. Pull in, then grab it. Same thing, you can have your arms at your side. You can flex your feet. Do what feels right for you today. And 4, and 3, pull yourself up a little bit higher, pull your belly in. Last one. Pull your knees and lower your head for a second. Rock your head side to side. Release any tension in your neck. If you don't do a lot of Pilates, you definitely will be feeling it in your neck. So make sure you're gentle. Put your head down when you need to. Legs come straight up towards the ceiling. Make a little V with your feet. You're going to press your heels together and don't let them separate now. Zip up your inner thigh. So imagine you're squeezing a little ball there. You're lifting your pelvic floor and your hands come behind your head. Elbows are wide, shoulders are down, coming up into our C curve. Inhale, exhale, lift. Pull that belly in. I'm looking through my thighs. You lower down to your working level. Pull back up. Maybe you lower to where the ceiling and the wall meet and pull in with your core. Only as low as you can keep your low back connected to the mat. Inhale, lower, and lift with your core as you exhale. One more. Lift and hold, legs come to chair, knees over the hips. Don't let your knees move. Lift and twist, it's all upper body now. Your rib cage spins to the right. You come center, it spins to the left. Trying to keep your elbows wide. Imagine the pelvis, the back of the pelvis is Velcro to the mat, so it's not going to move at all. Legs don't move. and switch, and switch, and switch. Now extend the opposite leg and switch. Push out that leg as you pull in with your core. And switch. Hold it here. We're going to pick up the pace. 1, 2. Pull in with your core, press out. 6, 7, 8. Pull your knees in, lower your head. Rock side to side. Bring your feet down. Your feet can be slightly wider than your hips. Arms at your side, just windshield wipe your knees side to side, releasing any tension in your low back. Deep breaths in and out. And then we're going to hold it here, extend that left leg out, pull the right knee in, give yourself a little stretch, straighten that right leg out, and as straight as you can make it. It doesn't have to be completely straight, shoulders down. Hold behind the thigh, hold at the calf. You're just gently pulling towards you just for a quick hamstring stretch. You can keep your head down, or you can come up into your C curve, and you can flex and point. Keep breathing, drop that belly button down. Keep your toes pointed, pull your shoulders away from your ears, circle your foot in one direction, and then the other. If you're lifted into your C curve, come back down to the mat and let that right leg float all the way down. Just make sure your hips are in line, belly pulled in and up, pull that left knee into your chest, and then straighten the left leg and start with your hamstring stretch. Hands behind the thigh, at the calf. You're reaching with the right leg. Your head can be down, or you can lift up into your C curve, shoulders down, and then flex and point. Maybe curl up a little bit higher using your core. Keep your toes pointed, circle your leg in one direction, and then the other. Really lengthen that leg, and then let that leg float down. Good, so from here, let's do the roll up. You're gonna flex your feet. You're making sure you're not letting your low back lift up so everything's connected. Reach overhead, start with a full body stretch, reaching with your arms, pushing through your heels. Inhale, exhale, arms come up, head, shoulders, and shoulder blades. Pull yourself up, stretch it forward. Everything's reaching forward, but your belly's pulling back. Even as you start to roll back, you're reaching with your arms, reaching and pushing through your heel, reaching with your legs. Slowly coming down, one bone at a time. If you feel like you have to kick your legs up in order to come up in a roll up, bend your knees. Inhale. Exhale. Use your core to lift up, press into your thighs. Then come up, stretch it forward. You can also press your heels into a wall or tuck your feet under a couch or a chair that's heavy enough. If you kick your legs to come up, you might hurt your back. You're not using the right muscles, and we don't want to hurt yourself. Stretch forward, and then coming all the way down, one bone at a time. Inhale, exhale, coming up, stretching forward, and then coming down, one bone at a time. We're going to stay down here for a minute. We're going to bend our knees, plant your feet down, and we're going to take the foam roller and just put it behind your neck. So at the crook of your neck, so that it fits snugly here. And just relax your arms at your side and just roll your head from side to side for a second. It's just a nice massage for the neck. If you have one of those foam rollers with the knobs on it, this feels really good. It's a nice way to get some of the tension out of your neck. Good, so from here, we're gonna do a little work rolling out the upper back. So pull yourself up a little bit and pull the foam roller in so that it's about where your shoulder blades are. Walk your feet in a little bit, start to lift your hips up. Walk them in even more, and you're gonna bring your hands behind your head. Squeeze your glutes so your hips don't start sagging here. Push your knees away from you. Now I have the foam roller right under my shoulder blade, so make an adjustment if you need to. So we're gonna start rolling, but we're gonna roll from the shoulder blades up to just below the neck and back, in and out. So keeping your neck in line with the rest of your spine. Squeeze those glutes so your hips don't start really sagging down. Belly pulled in tight. From the shoulder blades to almost to the shoulders. Let's do 2 more here. And then hold it. If you found a spot that feels really tight, hold it there and then roll side to side. So you're lifting up one elbow, lifting up the other elbow. So you're bringing your shoulder up off the mat, side to side. Hold it, come back to where the point where you're just over your shoulder blades. Now we're gonna roll the opposite. We're gonna go below the shoulder blades, back up to the shoulder blades. Keep squeezing those glutes. Keep your big toes pressed down. Let's do 2 more. Belly pulled in tight. You're lifting your pelvic floor. And one more time, if you find a spot that seems really tense, just hover, just stay over that spot and then roll side to side. It's a little bit easier like this. So you're picking your shoulder blade up, rolling side to side. And then hold it here. So find a spot where you can rest comfortably. You're still supporting your head with your arms. Squeeze your glutes, press your big toes down. You want the weight even on your feet. And you're gonna imagine you have a little ball squeezed between your inner thighs. Squeeze that ball a little bit, not so your knees touch, but you create tension and open. Squeeze, open, squeeze, open. You're squeezing your glutes so they're not down here. You're lifted, so you're a straight line from your knee to your sternum. Keep breathing, belly pulled in and up. You're lifting your pelvic floor. Let's do 8 more. And 5, 6, 7, 8. Knees in line with your hips. Squeeze up and inch them down. Up, up, up. Find those muscles where your glutes and your hamstrings meet. Squeeze from there. Really lift. Pull that belly in. Keep breathing. 8 more. And 4, 3, 2, 1. Just lower all the way down. Push yourself back at the same time so that you can come up to a seated position. Sit up tall. Reach your arms forward. Stretch and lengthen forward. And then restack your spine. So now that's spine stretch forward, but we're going to use the foam roller now for spine stretch forward. So maybe you have your legs in a little bit of a V, depending on how big your foam roller is. Flex your feet, your hands are on top, you're sitting up tall, you lift and you start to round through the spine, not collapsing your chest, and you roll it forward so that it's now below my forearm. And I'm using my core from the belly button up to restack. Shoulders down, inhale. It moves because I'm flexing forward and lengthening, not because I'm pushing with my arms. And restack. Inhale. Exhale, flex forward. And restack. Let's do a few more here. I'm just going to go sideways now. And let's do one more. Flex forward and restack. Now we're going to hold this straight in front of us and we're going to bring our calves on top. Good, so we're going to go into a reverse plank and we're going to combine reverse plank with a move called tendon stretch. For tendon stretch, you will be lifting your hips up and using your core to pull the roller towards you. I have very long arms, so it's a little bit easier for me to do that. If you have yoga blocks or books and you want to push yourself up, feel free to do that so you get a little bit more lift and it makes it a little bit easier to roll back and forth. I have a short torso, long arms, so it's like the perfect body for this exercise. So hands at your side, you want to bring your fingertips a little bit behind your hips, and you're going to start to lift your hips up. And as you lift them up, the foam roller starts moving. Lift out of your shoulders. Squeeze your belly in. Don't let your head hang back here. You're going to look forward. Inhale, pull that belly in. Exhale, staying lifted out of your shoulders. You start to bring your hips back. You make your C curve and you curl forward. You press out, you lift your hips up. Pulling in with your core, exhale, curl forward. Press up and out. Shoulders and hands in line. Exhale, pull your belly button in to flex forward. Let's do 2 more. Squeeze those glutes. Exhale. 1 more time. Lift out of your shoulders. Exhale, pull that belly in and just lower yourself down. Give your wrists a little shake. So we're going to roll out our IT bands now. So we're going to bring this, I'm going to face you, actually I'm going to stay this way. So we're going to bring this into a position where it's under our thighs. So we're going to transition to being on our side. So just like in a mat class, you want to make sure your hips and shoulders are stacked. So you're going to come onto your side and you want to place the foam roller halfway between your knee and your hip bone. And then come down on your elbow. Your elbow and your shoulder are in line. Your chest is lifted, shoulders are stacked. Take your top leg, place it on the floor, lift the bottom leg up. So just like before, thinking about rolling in 2 pieces. We're going to go from the middle of the thigh to the hip bone. So in and out here. Using your core, push through that heel with the bottom leg. If you find a spot that feels super tight, you can kind of hold it there and wiggle your leg around or roll the foot back and forth. Just adding a little extra massage. And then hold it there so that now we're halfway at our starting position with that bottom leg. Nothing else moves. 8 more. Hold it here. Now we're going to go the opposite. So maybe bring it down a little bit. Readjust the upper body. We're going to go from the mid-thigh to above the knee. Making sure you're not sinking into that shoulder. So using your core, turn on these side body muscles here. Adjust the foam roller if you need to. And then find a sticky spot if you have one, if you feel, notice particularly tight in one area, and then wiggle it around a little bit. And then we're going to just come all the way down, do the other side. So now my left leg is going to be on the foam roller. My right leg is going to be planted down on the floor. Left elbow and left shoulder in line. Straighten that bottom leg out so it's in line with your hip. Bring your shoulders in line, belly in. From the middle of your thigh to your hip bone, you start rolling. Flex that bottom foot. Not letting your weight sink down, really pulling with your core to stay lifted. If you find a sticky spot, hold it there. Maybe wiggle your leg around, roll your foot around, and then hold it. And we're going to do a little inner thigh work. Lift that bottom leg. It's lifted, just lift it up another inch. Keep that shoulder and elbow in line. 5, 6, 7, 8. So now from the middle of the thigh to above the knee. So maybe adjust the foam roller if you need to. And start rolling. Turn those side body muscles on so you're not sinking down. Two more. And then you hold it. If you have a sticky spot, same thing. Wiggle that leg around, roll the foot around, whatever feels good. And then you're just going to come off the foam roller. So now we're going to work the hamstrings a little bit. So we're gonna have this under our legs. Your knees are bent, and you're gonna come up. So the same thing, find that mid spot between your knee and your hip bone, and you're just gonna rest there. My hands are down flat, my belly's pulled in, and I have my left foot planted on the mat. You wanna make sure you're not sinking down here. Lift yourself up, and you roll forward and back. Okay, getting stuck on the mat, so I'm just adjusting. Roll forward and back. If you wanna make this a deeper massage for that tissue, you can take your left foot and place it on top of the right leg, but don't sink down. Same thing, if you find a sticky spot, hold it there, move that bottom leg around, roll your foot side to side. Now from the middle of the thigh to above, the middle of the hamstrings to above the knee. Adjust your hands if you need to. Stay lifted. Keep breathing. Lift out of your shoulders. Find your sticky spot. Massage it out. Lower yourself down. We're going to do the other side. I'm just going to turn to the side so you can see how it looks from the side. So now with the left leg, I'm going to push myself up so the thigh is between, my leg is between my hip bone and my knee, and I'm lifting up. I'm not sinking down here. I'm pulling in with the core, and I'm going from the middle of the thigh, the middle of the hamstrings, right to the glute. If you want to make a little bit more pressure, bring that right leg on top. Pull your core in and up. Find your sticky spot, move that left leg around. You don't have to if you don't have one. Now we're going to go from the middle of the hamstrings to above the knee. Maybe adjust your hands if you need to. I need to. If you don't, that's good. Staying lifted, pull yourself in and out. Keep breathing. And then hold it there. Maybe roll it around a little bit. And just lower yourself down. Bring the foam roller out. Put it to the side. Roll your wrists around. Deep breath in. Stretch forward. Just release any tension in your wrists, in your back. Lengthening your spine. Good, so from here, we're gonna do a little bit of rolling like a ball. So you're gonna bring your heels towards your glutes. First, hands behind your thighs. Press into your thighs, lift your chest, and just find your balance. So now your weight is just behind your tailbone. Shoulders are down, you're looking forward. And you can roll just like this, but as you roll, you're trying not to let your ball get bigger as you come up. So however big it is now, you keep it that way. And you hold it. And you roll. And you hold it. Now, if that feels easy, no work in the core, walk your feet in towards your glutes, hands below the knees. And you want to feel that you're pulling yourself up and lifting the rib cage off out of your low back as you're balanced. So pull yourself up, making your C curve, drop back just to the shoulder blades, maybe a little bit above, no pressure in the neck. Inhale, just drop back. Exhale, come up, hold it. Your feet don't touch the mat. Drop back and hold. 2 more. Inhale, drop back. Exhale, hold it here. Let's find that balance again. Press your hands into your thighs. Your calves are parallel to the floor. Lift your chest, shoulders down, belly in. Take a few breaths here. If this feels like work, just stay here. Working on lifting your weight out of your low back. Back is flat. If you want more of a challenge, release your hands, reach your arms, and just balance here. Even more of a challenge, come up into your full teaser. Lift out of your low back. Keep breathing. And 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down, sit crisscross. Walk your hands forward and just stretch out that back, stretching out the legs and the pelvis. And then restack your spine. We're going to come onto our stomachs for a little bit. Have the foam roller nearby. We're going to start out with modified swan. So you're going to come onto your stomach, your legs are in a slight V, and your hands are going to be right under your shoulders. Your head is hovering above the mat, and you're looking down. You can turn your knees out to the side, press your pubic bone down. Pull your chest through your arms. So you already feel your arms and your back muscles activating. Inhale, you press into the mat to lift. And as you exhale, you lower down. Inhale, deep breath in. You want to feel like you're getting longer, not just lifting your chest and arching your back. It's about creating length in that spine. And lower. Maybe you come up a little bit higher each time, maybe you don't. Listen to the back. One more time. Inhale, lift, shoulders back, exhale, lower. Now we're going to do swan with the foam roller. So you're going to bring that in front of you, stretch your arms out, and you want to have your forearms resting on the foam roller. So you're a couple inches above the wrist. Same thing, pubic bone is pressed down. You're lifting your belly button up towards your spine. Turn on those armpit muscles. So even before you lift up, turn them on. Feel really strong here. That's where you're stabilizing. And you're also stabilizing by pressing your pubic bone down. And then you draw the foam roller towards you as you lift up. And as you lengthen down, it rolls away. Breathe in through the nose. Long breath in, get longer. Exhale, lower. Inhale. Turn on those armpit muscles. Exhale, lengthen out. Two more. And lengthen. Last one, deep breath in. Hold it. See if you can lift an arm without anything else moving. Hold. Lift the opposite arm. Lower. Roll out one more time. Inhale, rising up. Armpit muscles turned on to stabilize. Belly lifted. Lift. Lower. Lift. Lower. Get longer through the spine. Lower all the way down. Hands under your shoulders. Lift up and back into your child pose. Just release any tension in your low back. Right hand goes to the right side of the mat, left hand on top. Drop your left hip down, reach with your left arm. So you feel a nice stretch up the left side of your body. Just take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, you're pulling your belly in. One more time, inhale through the nose. Exhale, you swing your arms, slide your arms to the left side. Left hand out to the side, right hand on top. Drop your right hip down. Reaching with your right arm as you press your right hip away. And then inhale. Exhale, reach a little bit farther, pull your belly in. And then one more time, inhale. Exhale, arms come to center in line with your shoulders. Drop your chin, tuck your tailbone coming up onto your hands and knees. Do a few cat-cow stretches here. And then we're going to come to neutral. So we're going to come onto our backs, the last few exercises. We're going to start laying on our back. Just place your feet on over the foam roller, knees over the foam roller, and slowly roll down one bone at a time. We're going to put our hips and our tailbone up on the foam roller. So there are two ways you can do it. You can lift your hips, position it where you feel balanced, and you can hold on to it. Bring your legs up one at a time, or you can start down, bring your legs up, use your core to lift your hips up. So you're pushing your feet up by pulling in with your core, squeezing your glutes, and resting your hips right up on the foam roller. So maybe you need to adjust it, find that spot where you feel supported. You can hold the side, you can just keep your arms at your side. So find that spot where you can just balance and you feel comfortable, no tension in the neck. Arms are just relaxed, belly pulled in. Maybe you're pressing lightly into the side. You're going to flex your feet. Your feet are right over your hips. feel like you're trying to put your feet up on the ceiling and you're pressing your pelvis down at the same time. Then as you inhale, you lower down to the point you feel a challenge and your low back isn't popping up. Point your toes, pull back up. Flex down, pull up. Don't let your low back pop up. Don't let your belly pop up. Keep pulling in with your core. 2 more. Make your legs as long as you can. And then last one. Point, lift, hold it here. Just make a V with your feet. Do the same thing, but we're zipping up the inner thighs. So starting to prepare for frog. Turning on those inner thighs, lifting your pelvic floor. 1 more. Now we're going to lower down. Find that spot you feel a challenge. You're going to flex your feet, draw your heels towards your sitting bones, knees come wide. Press out using your glutes. Pull in, resist, push out. So imagine you're dragging a weight in, you're creating resistance, pushing it away. And push from the glutes. Inhale, pull that belly in. Exhale, focus on turning on those glutes to push out and resist. 2 more. Now we're going to add on, we're going to pull in. Stretch your legs out into a V. Draw your heels together to your working level. Resist, pull in. Open, press. Pull in, open, press. Now reverse. Open. Bring your heels together, push out from your glutes. Even though your pelvis and your hips are resting on this foam roller, try to imagine that it's not there and you're really using your core to hold yourself up. So really activate your core, shoulders away from your ears. And press out. Bring your legs straight up again. Point your toes, bring your left leg forward, pull the right leg in. So you should feel a nice stretch here because you can really bring that left leg down. Use your core to switch. 1, 2, switch. 1, 2. Keep your leg in line with the hip. 1, 2, switch. 1, 2. This feels good in the hip flexors. Really pull in with your core. Reach that leg long away from you. And 1, 2, and 1, 2. Legs are really active. 1 more. Legs come straight up. Flex your feet for straddles, feet over the hips. Flex, open, hold, point, pull in. Flex, open, point, pull your belly in, lift. Flex, open, point, use your inner thighs. 2 more. Drop that belly button down, last one. Hold it here, keep your toes pointed. We're gonna start double leg circles. So you opened your legs, circle them away from each other, bring them together, pull in with your core to lift. Inhale, find your working level. Don't let your belly pop up or your low back pop up. No tension in the low back. Inhale, exhale, circle around. 1 more in this direction. Hold, lengthen, belly in, reverse. Lower to your working level. Open, circle around with control. So you're not letting momentum take over. You're not throwing your legs around. It's a really controlled, precise movement. Lengthening your legs, drop that belly button down. 2 more. And then 1 more to go. Inhale, exhale, circle around. To get off the foam roller, you can bring your feet down, lift your hips and pull it out. Or just like you got on, you can use your core to lift your hips up, push it away, roll down with control. Pull your knees in. And then you're going to push the foam roller away so that you can straighten your legs out. And you have it above your ankles. So it's behind your calves. And we're going to start to work the back body a little bit more. Arms are at your sides, shoulders are back. You're going to squeeze your glutes and lift. Pull that belly in and lower. Pelvic tilt, lift, coming down 1 bone at a time. Let's do 2 more. This is a little warm up for our pelvic lifting. Maybe bring your arms up. You're reaching with your arms and you're pulling them into the shoulder socket. Now you're going to bend your knees and pull the foam roller in, feet, knees, and hips in line, and the tops of your feet are on the foam roller. I have it so that my arches are on top of the foam roller. Shoulders are back. Don't let the foam roller move. Inhale. As you exhale, use your core to make that pelvic tilt. You peel up one bone at a time. Straight line from your knees to your sternum. Pull that belly in, but don't let your ribs pop up. Try to keep them knit together. And you slowly come down one bone at a time. Inhale, exhale, pelvic tilt. Peeling up, pull that belly in, and slowly come down. And now we have an option here. That might feel like enough work. If you want to add on, we're going to push the foam roller in and out with our feet, trying not to let the hips drop down from where they are. So you're trying to keep that straight line from your knee to the sternum the whole time. Feet, knees, and hips in line. Inhale. As you exhale, make that pelvic tilt. Start to peel up. Hold it. Now try to keep your hips where they are. Push it away, pull it in. Push it away, pull it in. Two more. Last one. Hold it. Slowly come down. Let's do that once more. Feeling it in the hamstring. So maybe shake your legs out if they're feeling really tight or spasming. Try to keep the weight even across your arch. So if you feel your feet rolling out, try to bring the inside of that arch pressed down so the weight is even. Inhale. As you exhale, pelvic tilt, coming up slowly, squeezing your glutes, triceps pressed in, push it out, pull it in. Push it out, pull it in. Two more. One more. Pull it in, hold. Slowly come down, one bone at a time. Pull your knees into your chest. Cross the right foot above the left knee. Grab behind the left thigh with two hands. Gently pull. You can press your right elbow into your right thigh if that feels good. You can keep your head down. You can come up into your C curve. And then you can lower that head down. And then you're going to slowly let your right foot go to the left side and bring it all the way down to the floor for a spine twist. Extend your right arm out, look to the right, soften your right shoulder. And try to keep that right knee pointing up towards the ceiling. And then using your core, pull your legs back up, switch sides. Now the left foot is above the right knee. I'm gently pulling behind the right thigh, pressing my left elbow into my left thigh. You can keep your head down or you can come up into your C curve, but keep your shoulders down. Using your core to lift your chest. Inhale, and then as you exhale, you're going to lower that chest down. Bring your arms out to the side. You're going to let your left foot roll to the right side until it comes all the way down onto the floor. And you're looking to the left. Extend your left arm out to the side. Try to soften that left shoulder. So no tension in your shoulder. Shoulders away from your ears. And then using your core to pull your knees back up. Release that figure four stretch. Pull your knees in. Plant your feet down. Maybe feet are slightly wider than your hips. Windshield viper one more time, side to side. Taking deep breaths in and out. Belly still pulled in and up. Come back to stillness. We're going to come up. So either roll to the side, push up, or hands behind your thighs, kick your legs and roll up. We're just going to finish with a little seated stretch. We're going to start with mermaid. So your legs are staggered to the side. So my left leg is in front, my right leg is out to the side. and I'm going to take the foam roller and bring it to my left side, the heel of my palm on top. And I'm reaching my right arm out to the side. So you want to make sure that your shoulders and hips are in line. And you lift that right arm and imagine you're curling over a barrel, and that's why the foam roller moves. So now it's above my wrist. I'm rounding through the spine, and it comes towards you because I'm restacking my spine. So I'm trying not to push the foam roller, just let it roll because of this movement through the spine. Reach with your arm, keep your right hip pushing away. Side body lifts you up. One more time, don't sink into those shoulders, turn those armpit muscles on to stay lifted. And coming up tall. We're gonna switch sides now. So now the right leg is in front, left leg to the side. Foam roller's on the right side. The heel of my palm is on the foam roller. Shoulders are over the hips, palm towards the ceiling with the left arm. Lift, curl over, reach with your left arm, press your left hip away. Pull yourself up with your side body muscles. As you go up and over, don't let your weight sink into your shoulders. Stay lifted. Turn these muscles on here under your armpits to stay lifted and to stabilize. And then one more. And all the way up. Just leave your foam roller there. Sit crisscross. Coming up tall, shoulders down. One more time, walk your hands forward. Lengthen through the spine, pull your belly in. Walk your hands back up, sitting up tall. Take a deep breath in. Exhale like you're pushing through water. Push the air away. And then one more time. Deep breath in. Getting really tall, shoulders down, ribs lifted. And rest. Thank you so much for joining me for this foam roller class.